What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the show. And today I want to talk to you about the things that nobody told you about growing your business. Let's dive in. All right, well, welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. Today, I want to talk to you about the things that nobody told you when it comes to growing your business. And now, I know that we as people in general are enamored by growth. We want to grow. We want to increase revenue. We want to increase profits. We want our kids to grow up. We want our businesses to grow up. We want our relationships to grow. We want our organizations to grow, right? And so we all see growth as this really positive thing, and a lot of times it really is a positive thing. It allows you more freedom in life. It allows you to do the things that you want to do. It allows you to make more money. There's lots of benefits that come with growth, but what nobody really talks about are growing pains. It's painful to grow. I want you to think about anything in life where you're trying to grow something, okay? Your kids are growing. They have growing pains in their knees and their ankles and their joints, right? They wake up in the middle of the night and their legs are hurting. You're in the gym. You're trying to grow your muscles. What do you have to do to grow muscles? You have to go through extreme amounts of stress, right? So you have to put your body under tension that it's not used to in order for your body to adapt. For you to grow your business, you have to walk into things that you currently don't understand how to do. You have to walk into things that you don't know, and you got to figure out how to get those skills and get them fast. Otherwise, your business is going to drown as you continue to grow, right? There's some serious growing pains associated with all kinds of growth, right? For your marriage to get healthier, right? Like, you've got to work through like the issues and the problems and the baggage that you brought into those relationships. So growth is not easy. That's the one thing that we always fail to mention, that we fail to think about. Like, man, if I really want to grow, then there are absolutely challenges that I'm going to have to face, things that I'm going to have to walk through that I'm not exactly excited about. And hopefully we can weather that storm. So I want to talk to you specifically about growing your business. I want to talk kind of about the different phases of growing your business. And so we're going to start from, if you are just starting out, you're anywhere between $0 and let's say $15,000 a month. Here's what that looks like. Number one, you're doing it all. You're doing everything. You're learning everything all at the same time. So there's the added stress of you doing all the work and then you trying to learn and do everything all at the same time. You're juggling lots of things. You're wearing multiple hats. In your custom furniture business or your woodworking business, you're the one doing all the building, right? You're doing the delivering. You're doing the order organization. Maybe you're even trying to do the marketing. You're doing the bookkeeping. You are a one-man band. You're doing everything yourself. Now, that's the drawback of this phase, $0 to $15,000 a month. You're working your tail off, but your margins are high. You don't have to pay anybody other than you at the end of the day. So really, you really just have material expenses, and that's about it. Okay, so you're paying, 20 to 30%, hopefully, of your total orders in materials, and you're keeping literally 70 to 80% of your revenue, which is fantastic. And let me just say this. There is nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with doing $15,000 a month and getting to keep 8 or 9. There's nothing wrong with that, my friend. You're making $100,000 a year, having a $185,000 woodworking business. That's fantastic. Now, another drawback of this is that your margins are higher, but your overall profits are lower. So as you start to grow and scale, your profit margins get tighter because you have more expenses, but you're playing the volume game at that point, okay? So that moves us into our next phase. So let's say that you move beyond that and now you're trying to go from 0 to 15 to 15 to 30. This is where you get stressed the frick out, okay? This is where I see all my clients, as they start getting from that $15,000 to $30,000 a month mark, they start having to make moves, okay? And you're not crazy profitable enough yet to make moves. So you're taking risks in this $15,000 to $30,000 a month mark, okay? And this is really where it's super, super stressful for about the first 30 to 60 days, maybe 90 days, once you start consistently doing this $20,000 to $30,000 per month, okay? So now you're starting to get more orders than you can handle by yourself. You can't fulfill $25,000 or $30,000 worth of orders every month by yourself, okay? Unless you're selling just a super premium product. This is where you start thinking, man, I really need to hire somebody. I really need to get some other team members. But The downfall of this is that you're like probably still in your garage or in a shop in your backyard. You don't have a bathroom that any employees could use other than going in your house. You don't really want people to go in your house. So you're kind of in this limbo phase of like, I really need to hire somebody. But I don't have a commercial space, right? And so these are the challenges and the tensions at this point in the game. So you don't have any systems in your business yet. So you've been able to kind of fly by the seat of your pants up to around the $15,000 a month mark. Well, you start getting around 25 or 30 and you realize you don't have any systems in your business, and it becomes painfully obvious. You become aware of how broken the flow and the systemization of your business is. And you don't know how to create systems. And so this is where you start freaking out a bit, okay? This is where you start dropping the ball with your customers. You're communicating with so many customers and you're trying to remember all these things that you have to do, that little things start falling through the cracks. Customers start messaging you, hey, I haven't heard from you. I thought you were supposed to get this back to me, or I thought you were supposed to let me know on this. Or, hey, what are we doing? Where are we at? Where's my order? And you thought you handled it. You thought you communicated with people, but you didn't. And it's because you're trying to do too much. And this is just where it is. This is just where this is going to start happening. This is this $15,000 to $30,000 a month mark. And so the last thing I want to say about this is that this is a painful stage in your business, but it's necessary. It is necessary pain. If you don't understand this, if you don't have firsthand experience with this, then you don't understand the importance of systems. You don't understand the importance of rhythms of communication inside your business. You don't understand the importance of of hiring people and getting them in here and training them up well. And so this is a painful but absolutely necessary part of your growth. Okay. Now we're at $30,000 a month. Let's go from $30,000 to $50,000 a month. Okay. Anywhere in this range, 30 to 50. Okay. This is where, if you do it right, you start getting a little bit of breathing room, okay? Because you're starting to get profitable again. So you start off super profitable. You start getting less profitable as you go through just not understanding how to hire employees and train them, how to systemize your business. You tend to be less profitable from this $15,000 to $30,000 a month. And then once you start coming out of that $30,000 a month up to 30 to 50, you start getting profitable again because at this point you've implemented systems. You know how to hire people. You know how to plug them into a system. This is where things can start to get a little easier, okay? Like I said, you've developed a system for hiring. You developed a system to get predictable sales. And so you know how to either run your marketing and get sales, or you partner with somebody like me that runs your marketing for you and trains you on how to get sales. And then you've developed a system for predictable production or fulfillment, however you want to say that. And so you now know that I can consistently generate $30,000 to $50,000 per month in total production. This is stuff that orders that the shop is taking and they are fulfilling. They're getting done and the customer's taking, okay? There's lots of benefits to getting here. Okay, this is where your profits start to open back up again. But you're in this phase, you're constantly refining. You're pulling the levers that make minute differences inside your business. But all these minute differences add up to an extra 5, 10, 15% profit at the end of each month. So let's move on from 50. Okay, so we've gotten 30 to 50, 50 to 75. Now, this is where a lot of people, what I'm about to say kind of confuses them. Okay, they think, wow, this is kind of interesting. I haven't ever thought about this before. And so really at this $50,000 to $75,000 mark, this is where you pause your growth and you make sure that you're taking incredible care of your customers. Okay? So when we get to this point, my thought was that I just need to do more of what I'm doing. I just need to do more of what's already working. Okay? And you can do that, but the problem is that your cost to acquire a customer starts to creep around this point. So let me just walk you through the marketing world for a moment. So let's say that you partner with me inside the Woodworking Business Accelerator program. You give me $1,000 to start running ads, okay? Well, that $1,000 that I'm going to spend for running ads, Facebook or Instagram or whatever we end up using is going to find the hottest customers that are most likely to buy your products now. And there's a finite amount of these customers. You're probably going to get a really good return on your ad spend with that $1,000, at least a 10 to 12 times return. You should. Lots of my clients are averaging, a 20 to 30x return on their ad spend. So they're giving me $1,000 and they're generating $25,000 to $30,000 in sales. What happens though is as you start to scale, you're like, okay, I want to go from $25,000 a month to $50,000 a month in sales, Zach. Okay, and so I should just be able to double my ad spend, right? Well, that's what I thought. But what happens is Facebook starts showing your ads because, like I said, there was a finite amount of people that are ready to buy now, right? Customers that are looking actively for furniture. So what happens is that you've already shown your ads with that first $1,000 that you spend to those hot customers. So what happens is that you start showing your ads to colder and colder audiences, people that are less likely to buy from you in the next 7 to 14 days, and people that are much more likely to buy from you in the next 60 to 90 days. So these are people that might be getting ready to move, they might be getting ready to remodel, they might be getting ready, right? As we do this, your instant gratification from your ad spend starts to lower. And so we can't just double our ad spend to get double the results. We probably need to triple our ad spend to get double the results because you're, again, showing it to colder audiences. And so here's why this is important. Because your cost to acquire customers is going to start creeping up, and it's going to cost you more to acquire customers around this phase in your business. So you have to focus on referrals. You have to focus on leveraging your current client base in order to continue to reach new customers. Because if you don't get any referrals, your cost to acquire customers is going to start going up. It's going to double. It's going to go up by 50% to double, twice as much, and you're going to be less profitable. So what we have to do is we have to make sure that we are taking incredible care of our customers, getting strong reviews, and getting referrals. For every referral that you get, it lowers your cost to acquire a customer because it didn't cost you anything to get that new referral. This is where your reputation will start propelling you further, or it will slow you down. Okay, and so if we just try to do more of what we've already done to be successful, we're going to find that, man, it's costing me way too much to acquire customers. We have to really focus on referrals around this $50,000 to $75,000 a month mark. Okay, hopefully you understand that. If you have questions, leave me a question in the comments section. Lastly, $75,000 to $100,000 a month. What does this look like, and what are the challenges here? Okay, now the beautiful part about this is when you get here, you should be extremely profitable because you had all these fixed costs that were fixed regardless of how much volume you were doing. So like when you moved into your first commercial space around the $30,000 a month mark, rent was $2,000. So whether you're doing $30,000 a month or you're doing $100,000 a month, guess how much rent is? It's $2,000, right? And so now rent is such a way smaller percentage of my total overall revenue that I'm starting to see my profit margin start to expand again. So my fixed insurance each month, it's the same amount, whether I was doing $30,000 or I'm doing $100,000, right? And so the only thing that is a living, breathing thing here is the things that will expand, your costs that will expand with you continuing to grow to this level are just your labor costs, because you have to hire more people to do more work, and then your material costs. It's always going to be 30% on average, if you price your stuff right, of your total sales price for your materials. And so other than that, though, the other 50%, you just have your fixed costs that you have to pay out of that, and then you start seeing this giant nest egg starting to grow at the end of every month, okay? So this is where you can fully remove yourself from the business if you want to, okay? This is where you can basically say, hey, I'm going to hire a marketer, I'm going to hire a CEO, I'm going to hire a shop manager, I'm going to hire an administrative person, and I'm going to deuce out, and I'm going to take my $6,000 to $8,000 a month, $10,000 a month, and I'm going to chill out and do my thing, right? If you want to. If you don't want to do that, this is where you can start making $12,000 to $15,000 a month. But this is also where you get incredibly efficient with marketing, and this is also where, from a marketing standpoint, you start thinking about introducing other sales channels. So up to this point, we're just hammering the one thing that works. We're just hammering, for me personally, this has always been Facebook and Instagram ads. I'm just hammering Facebook and Instagram ads. Now, once you get to this consistently $75,000 to $100,000 a month mark, that's when you start thinking, okay, I need to start running some Google shopping ads. I need to start running some Pinterest advertising. I need to start running some Etsy advertising, right? Whatever that might look like. So there are challenges every step of the way here. There are growing pains every step of the way. You have to learn how to navigate through these seasons of extreme growth and challenging yourself. And guess what? Every single step of the way here, you're going to take a couple steps forward and you're going to take a step back. The guy that you hired that you thought was going to be a rock star, he just shows up one day and says, hey, I got a better offer somewhere else. Deuces, I'm out. The admin person that took a ton of weight off of your chest, weight off your back, that was helping you do stuff, their mom gets sick and they have to quit their job to take care of their mom, right? Like literally 1,000 things will start to go wrong through this process. So you just have to have like super clear vision of where you want to go and why. Why do I want to go there? Here's the secret to all this. The hardest part of all this is $0 to $30,000 a month. That's the hardest part. Once you get above $30,000 a month and you start getting systems, it actually starts getting easier. You start creating more leverage inside your life where you move a little bit, you put a little bit of effort into something, and big things begin to change. At the beginning, that 0 to 30,000, you have to usually put a 1-to-1 increment of, I put a ton of time and energy into this to get an equal outcome. As you start getting down this scale, you generate more leverage. And so you're able to put a smaller input to get a larger result. And so hopefully this encourages you. Hopefully this challenges you to really think, hey, do I want to grow my business? Is this something that I'm prepared and I'm ready to do? Because let me just tell you, it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. It has lots of challenges, and you have to be in total control of your emotions. Like, you have to understand that you're going to be stressed out sometimes, and you got to figure out how to deal with that and how to continue to move the business forward and not destroy yourself and not destroy your relationships along the way. So if this is enticing to you, if you're like, man, I'm ready to get to that 30 to 50 or that 50 to 75, then I want you to apply for the Woodworking Business Accelerator program in the link below. I've currently got 6 or 7 clients and looking to continue to scale this up. And we're seeing some incredible results. I mean, just on our coaching call yesterday, one of my clients just signed a giant commercial contract with somebody that's going to be feeding them $5,000 to $10,000 worth of work every single month. Another one of my clients just hired their 3rd or 4th shop hand, and they've gotten 8 orders done in the last 2 weeks. There are giant tangible wins for every single one of my clients inside the program. And if this is what you're doing, if this is who you are, you're trying to scale a woodworking or custom furniture company, then let's go. Sign up, and at the very least, we'll get on a call together, either myself or one of my team members. We'll get on a call together, and I'll just give you some help. I'm a no or low pressure guy. So we'll get on a call, and I'll say, hey, tell me about your business. Tell me kind of the challenges that you're having, where you want to go and why. And then I'll just tell you, hey, whether you decide to work with us or not, this is what your next step is. This is the next thing you need to focus on. Here's what the program looks like. And so I'll tell you kind of what that entails. And then from there, you get to make a decision. It's up to you. So with that being said, if this video was helpful to you, then please subscribe. Please make sure that you like the video. That helps it get out to more woodworkers, custom furniture owners, business owners just like you. And again, if you are watching this on YouTube, go check out the podcast. I'm telling you, the podcast is gold. There's 80 episodes there that never made it to YouTube because I was just starting out. So that's going to help you along your journey. So with that being said, guys, I really, really appreciate you. This is episode 99. So I'm looking forward to episode 100, and we'll see you there. So with that being said, guys, appreciate you. Love you. I'll see you in the next one.